Today is 1 year. I crossed the Medica border on the 16th of March. And I'll just make a quick video. First of all, I have to thank my Instagram supporters. And this video is for YouTube. 2 months into the war, I wanted to buy Josiah's Kevlar plates. He was going home to Lethbridge, and he says, I can't give them to you, you know, they're $1,000 to replace my Soviet ones. I came here with $7,000, and I figured $20 a day average, I'll last a while. But that $1,000 purchase really set me back. So I thought I'd start a social media and try to buy helmets for our crew. 2 months in. And then one thing became another. I would film cats and dogs, and I'd try to time it with the explosions on our med points when we wait. Yeah, but 2 months into the war, I didn't have social media. I didn't want social media. I didn't want to be one of those clowns at Buena Vista, which was the only pub open during the Battle of Kiev, right by the Intercontinental, where the Red Cross lives, and all the journalists and all those guys like, yeah, couldn't wait to talk to journalists, but I got to keep that anonymous, you know. I seen some shit. Clowns. They're all gone. A couple of them are left. Weve commandos. And, with the Ukrainians, they'd never seen anything like us before. Had to be prepared to wait and show them what we could do. But they needed to see it. And the friends I've made and the people I love and I care about here. But people supported me on Instagram. People wrote me, like Marcus, whose mother was dying of leukemia at the time, who didn't have kids, and he said, I want to support you, I want to support the war. He's a cosplayer, Star Wars. He says, what's if I give up a costume or two? It's expensive, I just tell his story because there's so many people that support. And not just me, other volunteers, Ukrainian soldiers. Yeah, a lot of people help us. And then from YouTube, me getting blown up in Solidar was really good for the war effort on my own personal level. I'll try not to repeat that. But it's 1 year. People like Starsky have come to help. And these are just the ones from online. So many people, people ask about Nika. Nika don't want to do this anymore with me because people writing her she wasn't ready for that, But I've got a friend for life. Yeah, so many good people here. And it's been 1 year. When I came here, when Mr. Zelensky asked for volunteers on the third day, I knew my decision. I'm not a citizen of Sweden, I'm a resident of Sweden, and this would adversely affect my residency and path to citizenship, and that's still not determined. But I had to make that decision for myself. And once I told my Auntie Jennifer what I was going to do, and I cried like I'd never cried in many years, and told her I loved her and I wanted her to be proud of me, and then I was never scared. I thought we'd all be dead in a month, but many friends have, but look how far we've come. So when people write me emails, and they're not going to listen this far into a boring message without any real booms, can I come and work with you? No, you fucking can't, okay? Because you want someone to hold your hand. You want someone to create a path for you. We created our own path. And I would suspect there's probably, maybe a few thousand of us left in Ukraine that initially came. And it's not something you can plan for. And things you plan for, you don't need to worry about. It's the things that you don't expect, that you can't see coming, that Well, why worry about it? Because you can't control it. No, I'm no gatekeeper, and I'm very grateful. I have a disproportionate amount of support and love from people. But when people say, I want to come and work with you, you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what that is. You see what's on YouTube, and I tell the truth, I do. But there's other things you don't see. You don't see how boring it is sometimes waiting. And then when you least expect it, it gets very, very busy. And then I spend about 2 hours a day on this, 2.5 hours a day, trying to strengthen my social media to be more effective. But that'd be impossible without everybody who supports and shares. No, I'm extremely grateful to everybody. I really am. Just a little reflection. Anybody who's on Instagram who follows the volunteers will know Swampy. And a few days ago he announced he was going home. And to my knowledge, don't quote me on it, he's volunteered as an EOD worker, mine disposal. And he's done that since 2016 in Ukraine. When the war started, he went to Lviv. He came in and no less than 50 people found their way because of him. The work he's done in this country. When I started social media, he was my role model. You know, he had 8,000 followers on Instagram. Now he's on 20. Donations he received for his work, disposing of mines, clearing pathways for evacuations, teaching the army, teaching the police. He was a role model volunteer. And it's not for me to go into detail because I don't know all the detail, but Pete Reed's death, Swampy was involved with the recovery of the body, and that's very sad. But on the basis of it, you wouldn't think that I think that might have something to do with it, and the man needs a rest. But he was my inspiration from the Isle of Man, Chris Garrett. And we don't talk much. You know, people write these long messages to me, and it's like, don't ever write, hi, how are you? It's like, get to the point. I might have Starlink, so if I say I'm good, what do you want? Then the next time I have Starlink, 2 hours have gone by. Do you understand? Do you really understand? And even a guy like him over here, who I admire the hell out of, we message once every 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's like, I have this, do you need it? It's like, I need this, do you have it? And he's the person I admire the most out of all the foreign volunteers. And I don't even think he likes me. But that could be his personality. I'm not the same man I was a year ago. I look at his face and I see a tired man. He's only a year older than me and he looks like death. But I admire the hell out of him. And I'm just trying my best. And God forbid some people admire the hell out of me. I didn't know what I wanted this to be, but it's been one hell of a year. It really has. And we keep going, and we go, and we go. And now working with Rebecca, we're doing amazing things. And it's like her medical skills, my rough mechanical skills, and knowing how to source other things. I'm learning more about the electronic warfare side. Hospitallers Medical Battalion's mandate is to help Army Medical. So therefore, you know, I'm empowered by a woman named Jana Zinkovic. I'm the only foreigner I know of who has such freedom of movement. I'm trying to work on communications and learning more about communications and learning about relays and things. And these Ukrainian boys are ever so obliging, you know. So how do you embed with a unit? I don't know. I never heard the word embed till I was embedded. You know. But this is so important. This is so important, and nothing is more important in life. And people say, you know, like, oh, you need to take care of you first. Yeah, I do. I really do. I could use a shower right now, to be honest. But there's nothing more important that we will ever do in life. Me. There's a lot of people who are helping us from behind the scenes. I didn't even know what the NAFO army was the other day. Someone wrote me an email, a big long email. I only read half of it so far, but I will read the rest. It's not for nothing, guys. It's not for nothing at all. God damn it, someone should write a book about this someday. I should write a book. But it's been one hell of a year. March 16th. And I had to give up my dog, my missus. It was a bit messy. And I might not even be able to go home someday. So when you say, can I come work with you? What does that actually mean? It's the best time of my, no regrets. But yeah, just think about what you're asking sometimes. I'm nothing special. But it's like I don't even try here. It's like it all just sort of happens. And sometimes I'm in the right place. I know how to move. I'm not lazy, but sometimes I know how to get out of the way and let things happen. Yeah, fucking brilliant. 1 year. Thank you. Thank you.